Let's get started making our hot air balloon. The first thing you're going to need is something round. I found a jar, maybe you have a bowl, but it needs to be kind of big because our hot air balloon is going to take up the majority of our page. The next thing you need is a straight edge. I had a ruler, but if you don't, you could use the end of another paper. I'm going to draw a straight line through the middle of my circle and then extending down a little ways. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to draw two little smiley faces. One right under my circle and another at the end of the line that I drew. I'm going to close my smiley faces with a rainbow line and I'm making ellipse shapes. That's what I'm doing here. I have two ellipse shapes. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to take a line that extends from one side of my ellipse to the edge of my balloon. I used a ruler on one side, but on the other side I want to show you that you don't have to. You can just take a line and go right up to the edge of your balloon. Now I'm going to erase the circle on the inside. We've created the shape of our hot air balloon, and now we don't need the circle, the bottom part of our circle anymore. The next thing we're going to do is create some curved lines inside of our balloon. I'm going to start on one side, making a curved line. Do the same thing on the other side, making a curved line. And this next curved line is going to start down on my ellipse. I'm going to go all the way up to the top. Same thing on the other side. Start at my ellipse and go all the way up to the top. Now we're going to take another curved line and go across the balloon. Curve rainbow line up top, and then one more right here. Now I'm going to make some smiley face lines, and this is just going to be where the rope is on our hot air balloon. So I'm going to go from one section to the next, starting at that last curved line that I made, and I'm going to make two of these little rope lines. And this is on a hot air balloon where the rope is. And this rope extends down into the basket. That's what we're going to do next. We're going to make a line that goes from our bottom ellipse to our hot air balloon. And this is going to represent those ropes. So we're going to have one rope on one side of the ellipse and one rope on the other side of the ellipse. And now I want to put some ropes in the back. So I'm starting right here and I'm going to the top part of my ellipse and I'm just drawing lines that go from the bottom of my balloon to the top part of that ellipse. Now let's draw the basket. So I'm going to start with a curved line that comes in, another curved line that comes in. I'm going to close it with a curved line, and then I'm going to repeat my smiley face or curved lines going down my basket. Two curved lines on the side, two curved lines on this side, and then I think I'm going to put one in the middle. Now I'm going to go over my lines and make them just a little bit darker. If I had a Sharpie marker, then I would for sure do this with a Sharpie marker. But since I don't, I'm going to go over it with my pencil again, and I'm just pressing down really hard so that I have a nice outline. I'm going to speed up my video. And you can outline your hot air balloon in a pencil by pressing down really hard like I am. You could use a marker, a black marker, if you had one, or if you have a Sharpie marker, then you can use a Sharpie marker as well. Next, I'm going to start by shading my hot air balloon. I'm going to color in the top ellipse, and then I'm going to color in the bottom ellipse as well. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to move to the left side of my hot air balloon. And in this one section, I'm going to shade it so that it's dark. This is going to be the darkest part of my hot air balloon. My next section is going to be just a little bit lighter. And how I do that is I ease up on my pressure of my pencil. So I'm starting out by pressing harder, and then I'm easing up a little bit for the next section, and then this middle section, I'm barely pressing down. I'm like tickling my paper, barely pressing down on it. And if I look at my hot air balloon and I am noticing that I don't have a dark, a medium, and a light, then I'm going to go back over it with my pencil so that I have a dark, a medium, and a light tone or shade. I'm going to take my finger and just blend it in so it's nice and smooth. Now your finger is going to get dirty, but that's okay. Let's do the same thing on the other side. I'm going to speed up my video here just in a minute. We're going to start with pressing down really hard on the side, and then this next section I'm not going to press down as hard. It's going to be like a medium tone, and then the part in the middle is where it's going to be the absolute lightest. And then I'm going to use my finger to blend it in again. Now that I have that colored, I'm going to just go back and darken up just a few of my areas, maybe right along the outside of my balloons, so that it looks like it has value. I'm using my finger to color the basket. Did you see that? I'm using my finger because guess what? It has lead on it. It still has lead on it, so I can use that part of my finger to color. I'm just giving my basket just a little bit of value as well. Now we are ready to color using our new method called pointillism. So I am using a green marker, and I've sped this video way up. This takes a little while to do, but I'm just using the pointed part of my marker, and I'm using a lot of dots to create my landscape. Remember, we're way up in the sky with our hot air balloon, so I'm way up in the clouds. So I'm using my blue marker to create some clouds, and I'm also using a purple. I would like for you to use at least 2 colors when you are making your atmosphere for your hot air balloons. If you wanted to do a different background, you could. You could do a sunset. That would be really pretty with yellow and orange and red pointillism. In some areas of my cloud, it's darker than others, and I've created that by just making more dots in that one section. That's all I've done. Is if I want it to be darker, then I just add more dots right there. Okay, guys, have fun.